People of YouTube, I, Chosen Viper, stand before you because if I was behind you, you couldn't see me. Yo, hey, how y'all doing? It's now movie review time, and this is Despicable Me. I recently saw the movie a while ago, and all I can say is I actually kind of liked it. It really set at the ground for, being some okay animation. Now, a lot of you may have confused it with a Disney and Pixar movie, but I think, if I remember, DreamWorks actually made this one. But the actual point that I'm actually trying to get to is that I'm really trying to make the facts about Despicable Me make it actually seem like a good film, or let alone an okay film. I actually thought it was good. But now, if I can get into the plot. Well, the whole plot is about that, this guy named Gru, he realizes that being a supervillain isn't always easy as it sounds. So, yeah, the whole plot is like, just because he's a bad guy doesn't mean he's a bad guy. But, yeah, he always tries to go out of his way to steal things, or just, but I don't get if he's stealing things, and I just don't understand why don't the cops just arrest him. But, yeah, I mean, we see him walk into a coffee shop, and he takes a freeze ray and, freezes everyone, going, ha ha, yes, I'm gonna get away with it, ha. And then he easily just takes a cup of coffee in a bag and leaves a tip. So did he steal that coffee, or what? I guess maybe he did, but at least he left a tip, so that was actually something good. Yeah. Well, anyway, he is also trying to compete with this other supervillain who is actually stealing bigger, better items than he is. This other supervillain steals the Pyramid of Egypt, while on the other hand, Gru steals the Statue of Liberty, the small one from Las Vegas, and as well as a little Eiffel Tower. But the only big thing he actually stole was the big screen, the big plasma screen from Times Square in New York, which he uses that to host his conversations with his minions. Now, about the minions, I really have no idea where the minions came from. I always thought they looked like Hostess Twinkies to me. I feel where did these little guys come from? And they have big eyes, 2 eyes, 1 eye, 100 eyes, and so on. And we see them carrying rocket launchers or guns. But the whole plot is Gru decides he's going to pull off the true crime of the century, that he's going to steal, you guessed it, the moon. You might think, how is he going to steal the moon? Well, then he hears about, at this headquarters, Gru hears about this shrink ray that is being held at this base in Korea. So he and his minions travel there and they manage to get the shrink ray. That is until the other evil genius comes along and takes the shrink ray himself and shrinks the plane that the Gru is in. He's like, oh, I hate that guy. And oh yeah, and also one day is Gru, Gru is pestered by these 3 little girls who are trying to sell him cookies, because they're orphans on the other hand, and trying to make some money at their orphanage, which they live at. But one sweet part to this whole plot is that they really just want to be adopted and as well as loved. However, one day when these little girls actually easily make their way into the other villain's lair, to sell him cookies, Gru sees this and he's like, wow, this gives me a good idea. So he goes to the orphanage and decides to adopt those 3 little girls himself, and tells them a few basic rules, if you're going to be living with me. Oh yeah, and the beds that he makes for the kids. They're I think missile carriers. They're racked on the walls and they move up and down, and yeah. There's even this cute scene where he reads them a bedtime story about these 3 little kittens, and he uses puppet fingers for them, and it's kind of nice. And he's like, "Well, this is garbage. You kids actually like this?" And yeah, you all might have seen that scene from the trailers where Gru is demonstrating how he's going to take the moon. Gru explains how he's going to take the moon right from outer space by shrinking it with the shrink ray. He was I take the moon, I grab the moon, I sit on the toilet, and what? And wah. Aha, yeah. The girls play a little prank on him, and yeah. There you go. In the end, the girls do manage to distract the other villain guy, while Gru sneaks in with his men, and they take the shrink ray back. while they all go on like several kinds of other adventures to figure out what they're going to do while you know, trying to have a normal life, and you know, just to see how best of a father Gru can be for the children. Gru eventually has to decide whether to keep living his life as being a supervillain or to just be a good dad to these three kids. And the whole plot actually ends up being very good, and once the movie actually gets going, it really gets going. And one of my, I think, favorite scenes is the amusement park scene when Gru is on his way to someplace, but the girls actually say, "Oh, like there's our little favorite theme park. Let's go in there and have fun." And he's like, "No, we must go to this place to like get what I want." And like he's like, "Oh, come on, let's go there." And then he's like, "Okay," and fine. And yeah, they go to the amusement park and they all have a good time. And excuse the interruption, folks, but yeah. Yes, apparently I'm going to have to call a commercial break now, so I'll be right back.